Years of leadership, years of conversation, and years of reflections as well. And I have with me someone over here who's been coming to Davos for over a decade. He's seen India evolve, he's seen the world evolve, and he's seen the World Economic Forum evolve as well. Nadir Godrej, welcome to ET Now. Thank you so much for your time.
Ayesha.
10 years coming to this place, how does it feel? And where do you think from last 10 years, when the first time you came back in 90s to now, India's perception has evolved, Mr. Godrej?
It's evolved tremendously, and the presence of India at Davos has evolved a lot, and I was stunned when I went to the new India Pavilion, which is quite different from the last India Pavilion. And India is all over Davos, and the whole world is interested in India.
It is. But, you know, we're also living in very fragmented times because of all the geopolitics, etc. From your sort of leadership lens, do you think the world is headed into a better place as it gets more inclusive, or do you think things are going to get challenging and tougher?
I've always been an optimist, and for many years I think the world was getting in a better and better place steadily. But today I was in a session where somebody called himself a cautious optimist. So from being a bright optimist, I've become a cautious optimist.
I understand. But tell me about, you know, the Godrej Group in that sense has been an early mover, if I can call it, when it comes to sustainability. There is so much talk around sustainability, climate protection. Tell me, in today's volatile environment, how do you convince shareholders that ESG is not a cost center, but it's something which is a must-do?
Right. We have always felt that corporate social responsibility is very important. And in our group, we had a long-standing feeling for that. My grandfather bought land in Vikhroli just so that he could provide housing, because once he went to the house of one of his workers and he was shocked where he was living.
Yeah.
And everyone thought he was mad to buy land so far away from the center of the city.
But look how prosperous it is now.
So I always feel that corporate social responsibility pays for itself. This is a totally unexpected consequence of his good actions, but there are many others. Society likes it when your corporately social responsibility, financial institutions like it. Corporate social responsibility is all about long-term thinking, because you make short-term sacrifices, but you get huge long-term benefits. You get the trust of society. And in 2010, in Godrej Industries, we started a Good and Green program. We took bold goals on carbon emissions, water use, solid waste, and then a few years later, we had compulsory corporate social responsibility. Now, this looks like a burden, but it's actually only 2% of your profits, and you can use it in a way that benefits society and benefits the business. Michael Porter had this idea of shared value. So you do something for society which also helps you, apart from the fact that all the goodwill you get in society is anyway helping you.
I have to talk about the India consumption piece right now. Given the kind of reforms that the government has taken, of everything from GST rationalization or further rationalization to labor codes, do you think all of it in some way will sort of propel demand? And can you really see that already on ground?
Yes, we can see that on ground. Immediately after GST, there was a little bit of a problem because people were destocking. But already we see a pickup in demand because many items have lower GST rates, and that always helps. And we hope that in this budget also the government will lower some taxes. Ideally, they should do it in a manner so that the lower taxes results in more sales and no loss of revenue. So businesses benefit, the government benefits, society benefits. People get cheaper goods. These kind of win-win solutions will help the economy to continue to grow. And today Chandrababu Naidu was talking about getting the growth into double digits.
Understood. So let's talk about, the consumption story. And do you sense that the recovery is at least getting close to broad-based? Or is it still very sort of bifurcated, urban versus rural? When is it that we see a more linear, flatline kind of recovery?
There are times when the urban economy grows well. There are other times when the rural economy grows well. The rural economy depends a lot on the monsoon or floods. This year we had a lot of rain, but many crops got flooded. But the rabi crops are usually very good because they are not directly dependent on the monsoon, and a good monsoon means a good rabi crop.
So if you had to give one message to Indian entrepreneurs today who are just starting out, and we're seeing so many micro entrepreneurs coming up in India in every nook and corner, what would that message be?
That message would be focus on technology. There are lots of startups who are doing very good technology, and don't forget your corporate social responsibility. You may think that it's unimportant for you at this stage, but it always pays for itself. Don't think it's a cost. What goes around comes around.
Okay, Mr. Godrej, on that note, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you, Ayesha.
Thank
Lovely
you.
to talk to you.